So what's up, everybody? Today we got a update on the Microsoft Activision Blizzard merger. Well, kind of speaking of which, because it's carrying over from yesterday's topic. So Microsoft has submitted what they call a change of circumstances document to the Competition and Markets Authority in the UK, arguing its case for its proposed Activision deal to be reconsidered for approval, which the CMA initially did block it back in April, but of course they were citing the concerns mostly over the cloud gaming market. I have no idea why the CMA has this giant worry about the cloud gaming market. That, if they're really thinking about the future of gaming and cloud gaming is the future, they're thinking way too far ahead than what should be worried going on right now. Because by the time we actually get to the point where cloud gaming is a really good norm for everybody, not just mobile gamers, but home gamers as well, and that will be the new thing from now on, they're thinking way too far in advance. But that's what's on their mind. The CMA is really put under pressure here because thanks to the FTC, the European Commission, they both approved the deal now. So these guys are literally the only people holding up this merger. But to help counteract that, Microsoft's been making deals. It made deals with NVIDIA, Boosteroid, and a few others to really show that, yes, they're committed to cloud gaming to help appease to the CMA. Now, I'm getting all this from The Verge, mind you. I am going to put the link in the article down below, and I'm going to continue on to the next point here, mostly to help keep my thoughts straight without me rambling. Microsoft now argues that the UK regulators should take into consideration its cloud gaming deals in the EU and the EU monitoring of them. A new Call of Duty agreement with Sony, and even fresh material from the FTC case, which undermines the final report's conclusions. Microsoft is also working on a final proposal to modify the merger agreement to address the CMA concerns more directly, which could involve selling out its cloud gaming rights in the UK. Which, it's Microsoft. What they could possibly do is sell off the rights, and they're a $2 trillion company. What's to say they're going to turn around and buy them right back? Especially if there's a deal saying, okay, they sold them off, but the new holder is only going to hold it for maybe 2 years, 5 years, more than enough to appease the CMA people. And they can, again, like I said, just turn right back around, buy them up again, and just kind of loophole the whole subject. Now, they did allow an extension to the deal all the way to October 18th. So we're definitely going to see a lot more stuff come around through this. And we're definitely going to see a lot of pushback from the CMA, which, again, I don't know why. These guys are just piddle-footing around the bush and just saying, no, we're not going to approve the merger when nobody else at this point has no real say as in negative. They don't have anything against it. More countries are approving it faster, and the only real holdouts were the FTC and the CMA. The FTC lost their case. They're going to approve the merger later down the road. So what's to say that the CMA is not going to do the exact same thing? I think all this was just a giant stall tactic, or are you really sure you want to do the merger? Because I think ultimately they were fine and more than dandy with it. They're just showboating at this point to show that there is some kind of rebellion. But that's a little bit deeper than I want to say. But ultimately, it is going to boil down to just paperwork. This is a humongous merger. Activision has been around since the late 60s, early 70s. But at the same time, most people just see this as Microsoft trying to buy out Call of Duty. And that's what made a lot of people scramble, especially PlayStation, because they knew that if Microsoft was going to acquire Activision, they were afraid that they were going to make it Xbox exclusive because, to be fair, Xbox is kind of starving for exclusive. But at the same time, there's one thing a lot of people I'm starting to notice they're not really saying out loud, so I'm going to say it. When Microsoft acquires Activision Blizzard, and I think this might be a given, but they're going to put Call of Duty on Game Pass. They're going to make Call of Duty a day one Game Pass game. So that means for only paying $15 a month now, since I got rid of gold, you can play the newest what was supposed to be the $70 Call of Duty game right out the bat. Don't have to pay $70, just pay $15. Heck, and while you're here, play all these really good games as well. I'm fine with that. I am more than fine with that. So ultimately, they're trying to appeal to the CMA, and hopefully the CMA will finally sit down with Microsoft at the negotiating table and really just talk things through and just kind of give them some kind of reassurances, because Call of Duty is fixing to come to everything. It's going to be like the same case with Minecraft. Do you got something that can have electricity run through it? Boom, it can play Call of Duty. Boom, it can play Minecraft. Ooh, bring Call of Duty Mobile to the Switch, because apparently Call of Duty Mobile has a lot of people on it, and I played it a few times on the phone, and it isn't bad. It's It's pretty decent. And it'd probably find a decent home on the Switch as well. Anyway, let me go ahead and wrap this up because this topic has more than talked about it, and I probably ramped and rabled a little bit that I have to probably edit out. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Do you think that this merger is ultimately a good thing? Do you think it's ultimately a bad thing? Do you just don't care because you probably don't play any Activision games? I care mostly because of if Microsoft gets a hold of Activision, they're going to do what they did with Bethesda and might resurrect some old titles or, you know, force them to go through their backlog, which is flipping enormous, to dump all their old games onto Game Pass, which, again, as previous video, might be the Transformers games. Please. Ooh, maybe we can get a Singularity sequel. That would be amazing. If you haven't played Singularity, you really need to pick that up as well. Anyway, guys, I know I've ranted and rabled. It's just a little bit too much longer. I'm gone, I'm Ghost, I'm out of here, and I'm past tense. And I'll see you guys later. I'm going to try to keep these videos short, sweet, to the point, without rambling too much, and I'm going to try to at least post once a day from now on. Appreciate it, guys.